YouTubers, it's Harpies89 and the voices in my head coming at you from the Duelist Den. And today is my July 2019 Banlist prediction video for you guys. I'm sorry this is getting out so late, but let's all face it, we all knew the Banlist wasn't going to drop anywhere near July 1st. However, we're probably not going to get the damn thing until August, so stop your bellyache and quit bitching about it and just enjoy the fucking video. For those of you who don't know how I do my Banlist predictions, I take the decks that have been dominating the meta during the current Banlist, figure out which cards have been used most in the deck or have been most influential in the deck, and just try to figure out where they need to be in order to balance or kill off said decks. So with that being said, the first deck we are going to need to talk about is, of course, Salamangreats. Salamangreats have been dominating for a while now, especially since they got Sunlight Wolf. They are a very, very powerful deck. They have a lot of utility, they can do a lot of search, a lot of special summon, and they can do some crazy combos. So, what cards do need to be hit from Salamangreats? Obviously, the first one is going to be Salamangreat Gazelle. Gazelle allows you to special summon this card from your hand, and it lets you search out any Salamangreat card from your deck. And if you want to kill off a deck or majorly slow it down, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit the search engines for the deck. And Gazelle is the primary search engine for Salamangreats. Now this card really should be hit down to 1, but I honestly don't believe Salamangreats are going to get anything more than a slap on the wrist, as they are still relatively new and they have more support coming out. Plus they literally just got Silent Mining like what, a month and a half, 2 months ago tops, you know? So I really don't think these guys are going to get anything more than a slap on the wrist, so realistically it's probably going to get semi-limited if it gets hit at all, really. The next card that probably should be hit is, of course, Spinny. Spinny allows you to special summon from the graveyard, plus it is a level 3 that you can use with Gazelle to go into your Mirage Stalio, which then allows you to search out more Salamangreat cards from your deck. So if they hit Spinny, I think hitting Spinny down to 1 would be a very, very good idea. The reason I say that is because a lot of builds are cutting Spinny down to 2 anyway, so semi-limiting it isn't going to do anything for the way builds are right now, so you really need to limit this card. It is not powerful enough to be banned, but limited would definitely be a good idea. Next up is, of course, Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf should really go down to 1, because 2 is still very, very powerful in the deck. If you want to slow the deck down, you need to cut this card to 1 if you hit this one in particular. Mainly because not only does this allow you to recurge monsters, spells, and traps from your graveyard that are Salamangreat specific, but it is a link too, so it's really easy to get into and allows you to set up for some really big combos within the deck. Now, an argument could be made here to put Mirage Stalio at banned as well, because most people only run it as 1, but with it people only running it at 1, I really don't think it's a huge issue. I also don't think Phantasmal Dragon burped there. I also don't think Phantasmal Dragon Phantasmi is a really big issue as well, as it's not teched in every deck in existence right now. It's really just being used in Salamangreats. So I don't think Phantasmal Dragon Phantasmi is the biggest issue with this deck. Like I said, take out the searchers or the way to create the searchers, and you basically kill off a deck. Now the next deck I want to talk about is, of course, Danger variants. There are so many out there. Danger ABC, Danger Orcrust, Danger Sky Striker, Danger Salamangreat I've seen. Dangers are teched into a lot of stuff, and that's really bad, especially since the Danger archetype in and of itself is still very, very powerful. There's Danger for hires. There's a lot of things you can do with Dangers, so Dangers definitely need to be addressed in some way, shape, or form. Now, determining exactly what to hit with Dangers was pretty difficult, because they all have that built-in discard draw special summon effect, but there were 3 that stood out. The first of which is Jackal. Jackal allows you to special summon other danger monsters from the deck. So again, you need to take out the searchers if you want to kill off a deck or engine. Hitting this card down to 1 would be the best bet. 2 I could see as well, just because dangers are usually just used as a tech option and not the main focus of a deck. So semi-limiting this would be okay. I personally feel it needs to be limited, but you know, that's just me. Next up is Nessie. Again, Nessie is a searcher for the deck. It allows you to search out your dangers from your deck, add them to your hand. This needs to be limited as well. If I had to choose which one between Jackal and Nessie to be limited, I would say Nessie, merely because Nessie lets you add it to your hand, allowing you to use that crazy fucking discard draw special summon thing. So Nessie, I think, is really a bigger danger than Jackal. So Nessie definitely wouldn't need to be hit to 1 or banned outright in order to stop this engine or slow this engine down. The last card is Tsuchinoko, the little snake fucker. It can special summon itself, which allows you to go into some really crazy link plays. Real easy build. It's just real easy to use it for link plays. If they hit this card, semi-limiting it, I feel it would be okay. It's not banned worthy. It's not limited worthy, but it does need to be touched a little bit. I say that now, realizing just how dirty it sounds, but it really does need to be hit in some way, shape, or form. So bringing this down to 2, I feel would be okay. Next up is Sky Strikers. Now, Sky Strikers have been hit on, the last 2 or 3 ban lists, and they still won't die. Personally, if you want to kill Sky Strikers, I feel the only way to do it is to ban Wray. Just ban Wray outright, because it is the only main deck monster for Sky Strikers, and even limiting Wray is still going to allow them to do their shenanigans, because they have several things that can search the Wray from their deck. And they have ways to search those things that allow you to search the Wray. They have ways to search the things that allow you to search the things that allow you to search the Wray. It's just, in order for you're going to kill Sky Strikers, you have to hit Wray, ban it outright. That's the only way you're going to stop Sky Strikers. And I feel Sky Strikers have really had their 15 minutes of fame at this point. They've survived 2 ban lists with hits on those ban lists. So they really just need to kill the deck outright, get rid of Wray, and end the problem for all of us. The last deck I want to talk about is Thunder Dragons. Now, obviously, there's a little bit difference here. Thunder Dragons you can kill outright by taking out Colossus. Banning Colossus outright will pretty much stop people from playing Thunder Dragons. Granted, they do have another fusion monster they can use, but Colossus is really the go-to Thunder Dragon fusion for the deck. And I feel if you ban Colossus, or even limit Colossus, then a lot of people will stop playing the deck. Next up is Dragon Dark. Dragon Dark has search abilities. You can search out any Thunder Dragon from your deck, including itself. Your granted has 2 different abilities, but it can search itself. This needs to be limited or banned, again, because it is the searcher of the deck. And I've said it several times in this video, you want to kill a deck, you take out the built-in searchers for the deck. The last card for Thunder Dragons is Dragon Hawk. It can special summon Thunder Dragons that are banished or in the graveyard. It has the ability to shuffle cards from your hand in the deck and then draw the same number of cards. This semi-limiting might be okay. I feel limiting it would probably be better over semi-limiting it, but semi-limiting, I could be okay with semi-limiting Dragon Hawk. But honestly, I feel if this card was going to get hit, it really does need to be limited. Now for cards that I feel need to come off the ban list entirely. Like always, we're going to start with the cards that are banned outright. First off is going to be Max C. Now, this has been a card that a lot of players have been asking to come off the list for a while now, and a lot of people are saying bring it to 1 or 3. I feel you're not going to make everybody happy with whatever decision you do if this card comes off the ban list, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. I personally would like to see it at 3 again, just because it was a key player in my Jackpot 7 deck, and I would really love to play Jackpot 7 again. So, I feel bringing this card off the list in any way, shape, or form, whether it's at 1, 2, or 3, would be okay, because it's just something that players have been wanting for a while now. Next up is number 16. Number 16, I feel, should come off this list because it would help slow the game down a little bit. Now, it's not an out to everything, it's just an out to certain things, and it would give rogue players a little bit more playability in their decks, especially if you can go into rank 4s pretty easily. So, bringing number 16 off, I feel putting it at 1 would probably be okay. Putting it 2 or 3 is probably going to be a little too much for now. Maybe sometime in the future, you never really know. But bringing it up to 1, I feel would be okay. For number 16, it's something that I feel needs to happen. The last ban card that should come off is Harpies Feather Duster. A lot of people have been asking for this one to come off as well. It's been off of the ban list in the OCG for a while. Yeah, OCG and TCG never really go hand in hand, but it's really not doing anything too dangerous over in the OCG. So why can't we have it here in the TCG? I really feel this is something that Konami should take off the ban list. I mean, hell, everyone thought Monster Reborn was on permanent ban. Everyone thought Regeki was on permanent ban. We got those cards back. Give us Harpies Feather Duster. And yeah, there's the issue that Feather Duster can be searched with other Harpie cards. So if that's really the issue, then give us Heavy Storm, you know. Give us something that we can use like that, and the players will be happy, you know. So I personally would rather have Harpies Feather Duster just because, you know, I'm a Harpy player, but, you know, that's just my own personal opinion. Again, this is something that doesn't need to be unbanned outright. Limiting this to 1 would be okay. Limited cards that I feel should be bumped up a stat a little bit. First of all is Night Assailant. Now, Night Assailant is a flip effect, so it already makes it a little bit slow. And if rumor has it right, we're going to be getting some more Shaddoll support pretty soon. So Night Assailant could help push that new Shaddoll support if the rumor is true that we are going to be getting it soon. It could help push the sales for that Shaddoll support because a lot of Shaddolls are flip effects anyway. Furthermore, you know, like I said, it's a flip effect. It's really, really slow. Having this at 2 or even 3, I don't think is really going to be a big issue. Next up is Book of Moon, another limited card. I feel that 2 or 3, bring this up to 2 or 3, I'm not really sure it's going to matter all that much, mainly because of the link mechanic. Now, yeah, you might be saying, well, you know, you need just to stop the initial link summon. Well, yes, that is true, but you really can't use this on link monsters themselves. And to be honest, there are other cards that do similar things, such as, you know, Book of Eclipse. You know, if you're running Book of Eclipses, your opponent summons some monsters, Book of Eclipse, flip them all face down, they can't link someone with them anyway. So, and Book of Eclipse affects every monster on the field, not just one individual monster. So, I feel Book of Moon will be okay bringing back up to 2 or even 3, as, you know, the whole link mechanic thing is still a deal in the game. You know, it's basically what the game is all about now, is the link monsters, and they can't be switched to defense position, so Book of Moon has no effect on them. Semi-limited cards that need to be unlimited entirely, that I only have 2, first of which is Necroface. Necroface isn't really doing anything in the meta right now. Yeah, there are a couple of decks that could benefit from it that do a lot of banishing, but still, I mean, those are rogue decks that you don't see all that much, and bringing Necroface from 2 to 3 isn't going to change that fact. So bring Necroface all up to 3, I feel would be an okay decision. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, another card that is currently semi-limited to 2. Bring this up to 3. Again, and, you know, Pendulum decks are not doing a whole lot right now, so bring this card from 2 to 3 isn't going to change that. You know, same argument as Necroface for cards that banish a lot. Pendulums are not really doing anything. Yeah, you have a couple rogue players still playing Pendulums, but they are nowhere near the tier 1 status they once were, and bringing Luster Pendulum up from 2 to 3 is not going to change that fact. But anyway, those are my thoughts on what I feel could get hit and what I feel could become unhit on the ban list. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell, and follow all the social media accounts for the link down in the description box below so you can stay up to date with everything happening here at the Duelist Den. And until next time, this is Harpies89 and the voices in my head just want to say Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not just a game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is life.